Jay Ramos tuning in from the 951 Riverside, California. All these franchises with head coaching issues, but then the Steeler Nation wants to complain about Coach T. Appreciate what you have.
I mean, I agree with you on terms of that. I know some people will say that's settling, but I don't think that that's actually that. But I do agree with you.
Especially not at this point.
Yeah.
Midway through our rebuild, what is it? It's been a year and a half after Big Ben, our franchise court. It's too early for that. Tomlin has earned at least the benefit of the doubt. I think it would be stupid to jump ship, particularly now. Again, if we fall flat on our face and miss the playoffs, go 7-10, 8-9,
like you said,
then it becomes a legit conversation.
But you said flat on their face, right?
Yeah.
We have never seen them fall flat on their face under Coach Tomlin. They've literally, under Coach Tomlin, have had playoffs on the line every single last game of the year. Think about it, man. Every single last game of the year. We have never walked in under Coach Tomlin. We have never came into the final game of the season like, yep, it's already done, guys. We won't have a chance today. Don't matter. We just playing to play today. Like, that matters.
Yeah.
At this level, that means you are literally, I don't care about no losing seasons. You're telling me you got a chance to be in the dance, the final 8, the final 9 every single year. That's what we're talking about under his tenure. So that's why I said I agree with what man has said. Because, yeah, it's true, bro.
And I understand we want more big winning. We want more deep playoff runs. Who doesn't? But I think there is some layers to what has happened over the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, that's the context part too, though.
There is some layers. I mean, you do got to take into account Ben retired, so there should be a little bit of an understanding period. Maybe.
Think about it, Deke.
I don't want that necessarily.
How many years has it been since he's retired?
A year and a half.
Think about that, bro. A year and a half removed from a future first
we
ballot
went
Hall of
9-8
Fame.
last year. We almost made the playoffs.
Bro, and we're sitting at 4-3 right now.
We should have made the playoffs last year.
A year removed.
Yeah, that's why I was impressed. I was impressed with last year. I was. That's why I was so high on this year.
Yeah, I'm like, it gets kind of crazy at times. When you actually talk it out like that, it does. Just like, what we doing?
And then, in Ben's later years, those last 3 or 4, one of them he literally missed the whole season with elbow surgery. Now, we could go back to the Jaguars playoff loss.
Once again, that's a playoff loss.
Not a fan of how that one turned out. I think that was my biggest one where I was like, Tom, come on, bro.
I'm with you.
We got to be better prepared for that. Then the next season, so we go 9-6-1. I thought that team was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But Boswell missed all those field goals. James Conner and Grimble were fumbling the ball over the place. I don't think that's a Tomlin thing necessarily. Just hold on to the ball. We make the play. Do the literal simple stuff that you need to do on the football field. We make the play. We beat New England Patriots that year. Patriots won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We beat the Saints team. Not technically, but the refs helped the Saints beat us.
Yeah.
And that team went, deep into the NFC Championship. That was a really solid team. After that, Ben gets the elbow surgery. Ben comes back. We go, the 11-0 and all that stuff. Unfortunately, we lose to the Browns. Get into the playoffs again. Ben's last year. I thought that was a broken team.
Yeah.
That defense was pretty broken. But now Ben retired, and this is the whole rebuild, and I think we're on our way.
Right. We are, but like you said, it's not even a full 2 years. It's just like, man, are we what type of expectation do we really have for whoever is here? If this is what we saying isn't acceptable, not even 2 years removed from this type of scenario.
Again, I think it's a legit
crazy,
conversation depending on how this year finishes out. But I'm with you. I expect us to be in the mix for the playoffs, even for the division down the stretch. I don't see why not. The schedule's easy.
Why not?
And it feels like we were doing some better things on offense after the bye.
Unfortunately,
Kenny just got hurt.
Yeah. We were in the mix last year with a worse situation.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
2-6 after the bye.
Okay.
I don't know which schedule was harder down the stretch, last year's or this year, which one was harder or easier. But either way, I like our chances.